What up, Mike? Toronto. VK on the beat. Check. I'm in Toronto where you wanna get the city love. I'm from Toronto where you wanna get the city love. I'm in Toronto like we wanna get the city love. My city love me back for my city love.
Welcome to episode 1345 of Toronto Mic'd, proudly brought to you by Great Lakes Brewery, a fiercely independent craft brewery who believes in supporting communities, good times, and brewing amazing beer. Order online for free local home delivery in the GTA. Palma Pasta. Enjoy the taste of fresh, homemade Italian pasta and entrees from Palma Pasta in Mississauga and Oakville. Pumpkins After Dark. Get your tickets now at pumpkinsafterdark.com. Recyclemyelectronics.ca. Committing to our planet's future means properly recycling our electronics of the past. The Advantaged Investor Podcast from Raymond James Canada. Valuable perspective for Canadian investors who want to remain knowledgeable, informed, and focused on long-term success. Season 5 of Yes, We Are Open, an award-winning podcast hosted by FOTM Al Grego and Ridley Funeral Home, pillars of the community since 1921. I so thoroughly enjoyed putting together last month's FOTM Kick Out the Jam episode. That's when you all sent me your favorite pause jams that I thought I'd do it again. In fact, heck, maybe I'll do it every single month with a different theme each time. Shout out to Toast. Shout out to Pandemic Friday. Here's a little something for you. On December 9, 2023 at noon, TMLX 14 takes place at Palma's Kitchen in Mississauga. And TMLX 14, that's the 14th Toronto Mic'd listener experience, will feature a Pandemic Friday reunion with Stu Stone and Cam Gordon. That's happening. Be there. It's free. Great Lakes Beer will provide the fresh craft beer, and Palma Pasta will feed you. Put it in your calendar right now. Okay, welcome back. Hey, this is kind of like a pause episode. There was a pause there. It was organic. It happened. Kick it. This episode will feature your favorite Halloween songs. We're kicking out the Halloween jams because it's October 18, and this is the season for that. I'll kick things off by kicking out one of my favorite Halloween jams. Last month, Stop Making Sense was re-released in IMAX format with remastered sound and picture to coincide with the film's 40th anniversary. Heck, Talking Heads reunited right here in Toronto for a Q&A at TIFF. Talking Heads are so hot right now. And I'm going to kick things off with their first charting single from their very first album, Talking Heads 77. We've been led to believe somehow that this song was inspired by the Son of Sam serial killer who terrorized New York City in 1977. But the fact is, David Byrne had this written years earlier. We don't print the legend here on Toronto Mic'd. Enjoy some Psycho Killer.
I can't seem to face up to the facts. I'm tense and nervous and I can't relax. I can't sleep cause my bed's on fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real live wire. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa 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 fa. Better run, 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 run away. Oh, psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa 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 fa. Better run, 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 run,
this is Milan. Halloween is a pretty good time to kick out some heavy and spooky jams from Misfits, King Diamond, and Typo Negative. But this time I'm gonna go with Dead Souls by Nine Inch Nails. This is a cover of Joy Division's song, but I grew up in the 90s, so the Nine Inch Nails is my jam. It's pretty good for building tension, and it's got a danceable beat too. Enjoy!
Hello to all the FOTMs out there. This is Andy. So when Mike asked for Halloween Kick Out the Jam songs, the first song I thought of was Mind Playing Tricks on Me by Ghetto Boys. The whole song is not specifically about Halloween, but there is an entire verse about Halloween, so I think it qualifies. Happy Halloween, everyone.
I sit alone in my four-cornered room staring at candles. Oh, that shit is on? Let me drop some shit like this here. At night I can't sleep, I toss and turn. Candlesticks in the dark, visions of bodies being burned. Four walls just staring at a nigga. I'm paranoid, sleeping with my finger on the trigger. My mother's always stressing I ain't living right, but I ain't going out without a fight. See, every time my eyes close, I start sweating and blood starts coming out my nose. It's somebody watching the act, but I don't know who it is, so I'm watching my back. I can see him when I'm deep in the covers. When I awake, I don't see the motherfucker. He owns a black hat like I own, a black suit and a cane like my own. Some might say take a chill, B, but fuck that shit. There's a nigga trying to kill me. I'm popping in the clip when the wind blows. Every 20 seconds got me peeping out my window. Investigating the joint for traps, checking my telephone for taps. I'm staring at the woman on the corner. It's fucked up when your mind's playing tricks on you. I make big money, I drive big cars, everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star, but late at night, something ain't right. I feel I'm being tailed by the same sucker's headlights. Is it that fool that I ran off the block? Or is it that nigga last week that I shot? Or is it the one I beat for $5,000? Thought he had cane, but it was gold, met a flower. Reached under my seat, grabbed my papa for the suckers. Ain't no use to me lying, I was scared than a motherfucker. Hook the left in the Popeyes and bailed out quick. If it's going down, let's get this shit over with. Here they come, just like I figured. I got my hand on the motherfucking trigger. When I saw him, make your ass start giggling. 3 blind, crippled, and crazy senior citizens. I live by the swamp. I take my boys everywhere I go because I'm paranoid. I keep looking over my shoulder and peeping around corners. My mind is playing tricks on me. Day by day it's more impossible to cope. I feel like I'm the one that's doing dope. Can't keep a steady hand because I'm nervous. Every Sunday morning I'm in service, praying for forgiveness and trying to find an exit out the business. I know the Lord is looking at me, but yet and still it's hard for me to feel happy. I often drift when I drive, having fatal thoughts of suicide. Bang and get it over with, and then I'm worry free, but that's bullshit. I got a little boy to look after, and if I die, then my child will be a bastard. I had a woman down with me, but to me it seemed like she was down to get me. She helped me out in this shit, but to me she was just another bitch. Now she's back with her mother. Now I'm realizing that I love her. Now I'm feeling lonely. My mind is playing tricks on me.
This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys are trick-or-treating, robbing little kids for bags, till an old man got behind our ass. So we speeded up the pace, took a look back, and he was right before our face. He be in for a squabble, no doubt, so I swung and hit the nigga in his mouth. He was going down, we figured, but this wasn't no ordinary nigga. He stood about 6 or 7 feet. Now that's the nigga I be seeing in my sleep. So we triple teamed on him, dropping them motherfucking bees on him. The more I swung, the more blood flew. Then he disappeared, and my boys disappeared too. Then I felt just like a fiend. It wasn't even close to Halloween. It was dark as fuck on the streets. My hands were all bloody from punching on the concrete. Goddamn, homie, my mind is playing tricks on me.
Hi Mike, this is Steve Cole from Elmville. For your Halloween episode, I'd like to kick out Monster Mash. I know it's the obvious choice, but it might be so obvious that everyone assumes someone else will be kicking it out. So I will be that someone else. In September 2018, we were at an event in Winnipeg and were lucky enough to meet Brian Ray. Brian Ray joined the Bobby Boris Pickett Band, the Crypt Kickers 5, out of high school and toured on the strength of that song for about a year. I think that was in 1973. We weren't supposed to be making small talk or taking photos or anything like that at this event, but it was my wife Judy's birthday, and Brian invited us to chat for a bit. He said that no matter what he's done in the 50 years since, and he's done a lot, his obituary will inevitably include his connection to a novelty song that refuses to die. So my jam is Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers 5. Thank you, Michael, and have a great Halloween.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's
smash.
now the mash.
It's caught on in a flash.
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool, Drac's a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster
The
mash
monster mash.
and do my graveyard
Then you can
smash.
mash.
You'll catch on in a flash.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash.
Mash.
Easy boy, you impetuous young boy. Mash good.
Monster mash. Monster mash. Monster mash.
Okay, so it might not qualify as a jam, and it's not related to Halloween, but in the 1980s teenage mind of Joe Louis, it was terrifying, and that should be enough to qualify for inclusion in this episode. What is it? It's the theme song to the television series Unsolved Mysteries. Wikipedia says there were hundreds of episodes over 16 seasons, but I remember only one. It had a segment detailing the ghost sightings and paranormal activity on the Queen Elizabeth cruise ship, and to this day, I can picture the reenactment of a ghostly old lady teetering on the edge of the pool deck about to jump in, and then she disappeared. Scary stuff when you're watching in the dark on the basement television, especially when combined with the gruff monotone of show host Robert Stack, who drew you in when he insisted that
Perhaps you can help. Join me. You may be able to help solve the mystery.
I am probably the last person that should have had these experiences because I'm such a skeptic. One day I was standing on the stairs of the pool, and out of the corner of my right eye, I saw a woman, probably in her 60s or 70s, in black and white. So I went down the stairs and around the pillar, expecting to find her standing there, and she wasn't anywhere to be found. It was only a matter of seconds. She couldn't have gone anywhere.
Several others besides Carol and Nancy say they have seen or heard ghosts here in the Queen Mary's first-class pool. Now, how do we explain these sightings by reportedly well-balanced, level-headed people? Could they simply result from the power of suggestion, stimulated by an eerie location? Now, some parapsychologists believe that all locations are haunted. That is, they retain memories of past events, as some people with psychic sensitivities, or ESP, experience as hauntings. Whatever the explanation, the Queen Mary seems to be inhabited by something ethereal that has been seen and heard, but not explained.
Oh, I'm happy and gay, 'cause I'm sailing away.
The Queen Mary took her maiden voyage on May 27, 1936, and transported the titled and elite from both sides of the Atlantic.
The Queen Mary, how'd you like to come with me?
During that 5-day voyage, the Queen Mary was a floating party, a living symbol of luxury travel.
A British crew, so when I go over the sea, the Queen Mary takes me.
In the Second World War, the Queen Mary was turned into a troop ship. Due to her ghostly gray camouflage, she was ironically nicknamed the Gray Ghost. After the war, she reverted back to her former glory and crossed the ocean a total of 1,001 times. In the over 30 years the ship was at sea, she witnessed 4 births and at least 49 recorded deaths. After her arrival in Long Beach in 1967, one of the first people to work on board was Marine Engineer John Smith.
Part of my duties was to check and learn this ship thoroughly, and so I explored it in the evenings on my regular day's work was done.
His job took him into the remote regions of the ship's bow, and several times over a 2-month period, he heard something where there should only have been silence. He heard the sounds of metal tearing, water rushing, and then men screaming.
It sounded like there had been a rupture of the ship's hull. It was frightful. I went up to the extreme bow section of the ship. The sound was here, but there was no water. I had nothing to cause it. I don't believe in supernatural things, but in all my experiences as a marine engineer, I've never seen anything like this.
Years later, Smith read about a wartime tragedy, the Queen Mary's accidental collision with a British cruiser named the Kurosawa. Over 300 men were killed. The Queen Mary's bow sliced the Kurosawa in half.
After I read that article, I was so shook up and so overwhelmed. The very area I heard that mysterious water rushing was this exact same area that was damaged when the ship hit the Curacao. I said, this is what it would have sounded and felt like if I had been in that compartment at the time. But I knew it couldn't be. That was 30 years earlier. It couldn't be anything.
Over the years, dozens of sightings have been reported. Late one night, in the pool area, maintenance supervisor Kathy Love and a co-worker heard mysterious sounds.
Okay. After that, we came into the pool, and I heard giggling, sound of a little girl or a child playing in the area. And at that point, I noticed there was splashing. The splashing stopped, the giggling continued, and we observed the footprints of a small child walking across into the locker room. I know that I saw what I saw. I'm not sure exactly why I saw it, but I know it was there.
Several unexplained encounters have occurred in Shaft Alley, deep within the ship, near the engine room. Here, in 1966, during a routine fire drill, a man named John Pedder was crushed to death in a watertight door. Some believe Pedder still haunts Shaft Alley.
What did they say he was?
It was down here in Shaft Alley somewhere.
Both tour members and employees have experienced hauntings in Shaft Alley.
Blue coveralls and a beard?
Yeah, said he was dressed in blue coveralls and he had a beard. There was 2 different tour groups that said it.
I had a second experience down in Shaft Alley. It was about 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the evening. I was working in the capacity of a lead guide, which meant my job was to close down the tour route and make sure that there weren't any stragglers behind. And I don't know why I turned around, but I turned around, and standing right behind me on the step was a man. He had blue overalls, they were dirty. When I stepped aside to let him go by, he wasn't there. He was gone. I don't necessarily believe any other ghost stories that other people have come up with. I only know what I saw, and I only believe what I saw with my own eyes.
Hi, it's Rick A., the Elevator Man, with my Halloween Kick Out the Jam. Now, there might be some debate if this is a Halloween song or not, but much like Die Hard being a Christmas movie, I think this is a Halloween song. It's Warren Zevon with Werewolves of London. Enjoy.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo, ahoo, werewolves of London. Hear him howling around your kitchen door. You better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Hairy-handed gent who ran amok in Kent. Lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. You better stay away from him. He'll rip your lungs out, Jim. I'd like to meet his tailor. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo. Well, I saw Lon Chaney walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's. His hair was perfect. Werewolves of London. Draw blood.
Hey, it's JD here, and I want to shout out to Toronto Mike for keeping us FOTMs amused with these challenges, dropping the gauntlet and saying, come up with a song that reminds you of X or Y. And in this case, we are talking about Halloween. And there is a track that I immediately jump to when I think of Halloween, and I'll set it up for you now. The program Saturday Night Live is one that I have watched since the mid-'80s, and it's just at this point it's just something that I do. I just can't escape it, and I always watch the whole thing, including the musical guests, although with my advancing age, the musical guests often are a miss for me. They don't cut the muster, I suppose you could say. But rolling backward to February 6th, 2021, there was a young lady who appeared on SNL touring on her second record, and I watched the program and was blown away. And her name was Phoebe Bridgers. She and her band were all wearing skeleton outfits, and they played 2 songs from the second record. I immediately downloaded that record and got into it in a big way, and one of the tracks is called Halloween. Now, I can't say for sure whether the song is actually about Halloween, but it's called Halloween, and there's Halloween in the choruses, and she sings it hauntingly and beautifully. So, FOTMs, here's your chance. If you haven't heard it already, this is Phoebe Bridgers doing Halloween.
I hate living by the hospital. The sirens go all night. I used to joke that if they woke you up, somebody better be dying. Sick of the questions I keep asking you that make you live in the past. But I can count on you to tell me the truth when you've been drinking and you're wearing a mask. Baby, it's Halloween, and we can be anything. Oh, come on, man, we can be surprised by what I do for love. Some things I never expect. They killed a fan down by the stadium. Was only visiting, they beat him to death. Baby, it's Halloween, and we can be
Hi, Mike. It's Leslie Villian here. When you first mentioned that you were looking for people to submit Halloween jams, the first one that popped to mind was Every Day is Halloween by Ministry, which also qualifies as a parentheses jam. But I thought, maybe that one is a little bit too obvious or that somebody else would already pick it. So I decided to go with The Killing Moon by Echo and the Bunnymen, released in 1984, I think. It never actually mentions Halloween anywhere in the song, which I think is far more interesting, but it has a really haunting melody and a very sort of spooky theme to it, so that's why I picked that song. And I also want to shout out my brother Chris, who lives in Montreal, because he was the one who introduced me to Echo and the Bunnymen. He was a big fan of all that early alternative music, new wave and alternative music. So without him, I probably never would have heard that song.
Under blue moon I saw you, so soon you'll take me up in your arms, too late to beg you or cancel it, though I know it must be the killing time, unwillingly mine. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. In starlit nights I saw you, so cruelly you kissed me, your lips a magic world, your sky all hung with jewels. The killing moon will come too soon. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. Unwillingly mine. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until you give yourself to him. You give yourself to him.
thick and thin. He will wait until you give yourself to him.
Hello, Toronto Mike and listeners. One song I think of at this time of year is Beat Happening's Indian Summer. Indian summer is defined as a period of unreasonably warm weather that comes after the first frost. We may not have had a first frost yet this year, but come September I start thinking of this song.
Breakfast in cemetery, boy tasting wild cherry, touch girl apple blossom, just a boy playing possum. We'll come back for Indian summer, we'll come back for Indian summer, we'll come back for Indian summer, run a separate way. What is that cheerful sound? Rain falling on the ground. We'll wear a jolly crown. Buckle up, we're wayward bound. We'll come back for Indian summer. We'll come back for Indian summer. We'll come back for Indian summer. Then go a separate way. Touch your hem, you say. Let's stroll down Martin Way. Pick plums, abandoned farm. Who let norms come to harm? We'll come back for Indian summer. We'll come back for Indian summer. We'll come back for Indian summer. Then go our separate ways. Cover me with rain. Walk me down the lane. I'll drink from your drain. We will never change, no matter what they rain. We'll come back for Indian summer. We'll come back for Indian summer. We'll come back for Indian summer and go our separate ways. Motorbike to cemetery, picnic on wild berries, French toast with molasses, croquet and baked Alaskas. We'll come back for Indian summer. We'll come back for Indian summer. We'll come back for Indian summer. Cover me with rain.
Good evening, fellow FOTMs. Midtown Gord here. My choices are a little bit unorthodox here, but I've got a duo of songs here. One is an introduction by late Sir Christopher Lee. Shout out to Ridley Funeral Homes. Called The Last Vampire, followed by Raise the Dead by Johnny Depp, Alice Cooper, Joe Perry et al., also known as the Hollywood Vampires. Happy Halloween.
He came up to the window in the mist, as I'd seen him often before. But he was solid then, not a ghost. And his eyes were fierce, like a man's when angry. He was laughing when he turned to look back over the belt of trees, glinting in the moonlight, to where the dogs were barking. Then he began promising me things, not in words, but by doing them. Have you seen that awful den of hellish infamy, with the very moonlight alive with grisly shapes, and every speck of dust that whirls in the wind, a devouring monster in embryo? Listen to them, the children of the night. What music they make.
Hey, you! The soul of rock and roll was buried in a hole. Yeah, you! Can't you hear the beat? Can't you feel the heat? Cardiac, heart attack, pain and black. You know they never feared the reaper. Hey, you! They paid the devil's toll. They never lost their soul. They only lost control. So let's race. I'm screaming now. So let's raise the dead. Hey, you! The spirit in the ground still makes an evil sound. Yeah, you! The creatures buried there are coming up for air. Cardiac, heart attack, pain and black. You know they never feared the reaper. Hey, you! A sudden quick demise, so the body dies, but the music stays alive. So let's raise the
Treat Mike, it's Eric. I'm going to go a little bit off the board and kick out Do the Skeleton Scat by The Wiggles. It's fun, it's silly, and isn't that what Halloween's all about? Thanks, Mike.
When you hear the swinging beat, the swinging song's bad, you know it's time to get in line and do the skeleton scat. Anthony, can you play the drums? Let's hear that swinging beat.
Oh, too right, mate, I'll play the drums, just listen to the beat.
Simon, can you use your voice to make that low tone?
I sing my notes so low that they just sound like a trombone. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Katerina, Lucci, you're and Skeleton too.
Yes.
Show us something that you can you do?
How about this? Woo! 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 Hey!
Okay, everybody, here is big big strong John.
Hello?
Hey Johnny.
Yeah?
Do some hip hop to the song.
Got it.
Okay, everybody, here comes Sahai. Everybody, Sahai is 5-time world champion salsa dancer. Hey, Captain Feathersword, how you gonna follow that up?
I'll follow that up by singing just like a duck. Quack, 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 quack.
Okay, everybody start to clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands to the skeleton scat. Clap, 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 clap. Everybody clap your turn.
Clap, 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 clap.
Oh, clap, 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 clap. Everybody clap your turn.
Clap, 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 clap. Hey!
Wussy is my favorite band of the moment. The critics' darling, Robert Christgau, the dean of rock and roll criticism, has called them the best American band since they recorded their first album about 20 years ago. They're from Cincinnati. The lead folks on it are Lisa Walker and Chuck Cleaver, who used to play in the Ass Ponies. The song Halloween is off their album Attica. And when I went to see them with John Warrow, a Buffalo sports writer, they were playing a living room tour, literally playing in fans' living rooms across the Midwest. And we went to see them in Cleveland. And it ended up being Chuck and Lisa and just their pedal steel player, John Erdhart, who was coming back from cancer treatment. And it ended up being the second last concert that John ever played. He died shortly thereafter. Anyways, Halloween is a great song off maybe their best album.
We're lost in the town, wiping fog out of our eyes. A Wednesday morning coming down. You're last out the door, trying to piece together all the shit you saw the night before, when it was just like Halloween. Everyone was dressed up and drinking in the street.
YYZ Gord here. For Halloween jams, to be honest, I had to think a lot to come up with a song that wouldn't have already been grabbed by someone. When I thought a little bit further about the horror theme, I remember the 80s classic Bajas jam, Bela Lugosi's Dead. It was a favorite of mine in high school, and an early goth classic that was actually first released in 1979, and named for Lugosi, the actor who portrayed Dracula in the original movies. In addition to the Dracula tie-in to Halloween, the music sets the dark tone of the holidays. With that, I want to wish all the FOTMs the spookiest of Halloweens.
Translucent black capes back on the rack. Bela Lugosi's dead. The bats have left the bell tower. The victims have been bled. Red velvet lines. The black box. Bela Lugosi's dead. Bela Lugosi's dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. The virginal brides file past his tomb, strewn with time-stamped flowers, bereft in deathly bloom. Alone in a darkened room, the count
friends, this is Rosie. There are lots of songs on my Halloween playlist, but my favorite is Dead Hearts from the album The Five Ghosts from my favorite band, Stars, who I'm seeing this Saturday night at Dream Serenade at Massey Hall. The runner-up is from the same album, I Died So I Could Haunt You. So good. Bye for now.
Tell me everything that happened. Tell me everything you saw.
They had lights inside their eyes. They had lights inside their eyes.
Did you see the closing window? Did you hear the slamming door?
They moved forward and my heart died. They moved forward and my heart died.
Please, please tell me what they looked like. Did they seem afraid of you?
They were kids that I once knew. They were kids that I once knew.
believe me. You say you do, but you don't deceive me. It's hard to know they're out there. It's hard to know that you still care. I can say it, but you won't believe me. You say you do, but you don't deceive me. Dead hearts are everywhere. Dead hearts are everywhere. Did you touch them? Did you hold them? Did they follow you to town?
They make me feel I'm falling down. They make me feel I'm falling down.
Was there one you saw too clearly? Did they seem too real to you?
They were kids that I once knew. They were kids that I once knew.
I can say it, but you won't believe me. You say you do, but you don't deceive me. It's hard to know they're out there. It's hard to know that you still care. I can say it, but you won't believe me. You say you do, but you don't deceive me. Dead hearts are everywhere. Dead hearts are everywhere. I can say it, but you won't believe me. You say you do, but you don't deceive me. It's hard to know they're out there. It's hard to know that you still care. I can say it, but you won't believe me. You say you do, but you don't deceive me. Dead hearts are everywhere. Dead hearts are everywhere.
Hello, Mike. It's Rob. So the song that I've selected for you is an important Halloween song for me from my childhood. When I went to Germany with my family for the first time in 1975, summer of 75, and I met my cousin who was 16, and he was obsessed with pop music. I was only 9. And he had this record by this Austrian singer named Frank Zander. And it was like a hit on the radio. And it was called Ur Enkel von Frankenstein. And if you listen to it, it feels like the opening to the hilarious House of Frightenstein. And it also feels a little bit like Rock Me Amadeus, because it's in German and you won't really understand it. And I finally Googled the words, and I'll send you the lyrics as well. So it's called, it translates as, I'm the great-great-grandson of Frankenstein and my business is doing well because I'm slowly setting up a laboratory on a mass production of people. And you'll get it. It's got really good sound effects, and it's got a real cool Halloween vibe. And so I hope you'll play it and enjoy it. Cheers.
Ganz versteckt, halb verdeckt, irgendwo tief im Wald liegt mein Haus und mein Labor. Und damit niemand kommt, mein Geheimnis entdeckt, hab ich eiserne Türen davor. Was sich hinter den Türen verbirgt, wollen Sie sehen? Bitte haben Sie noch etwas Geduld. Der Schock wird Ihnen sicher den Magen verdrehen. Doch das ist nicht meine Schuld. Sie kennen doch sicher Herrn Frankenstein, den Herrn mit dem blassen Gesicht. Er schlug vielen Bürgern die Birne ein, denn die Autobahn gab es noch nicht. Und bevor jemand kommt und den Unfall entdeckt, habe ich schon die Leichen geklaut. Und das Ganze wird sorgsam im Keller versteckt. Davon werden meine Monster gebaut. Ich bin der Urenkel von Frankenstein. Mein Geschäft geht wirklich sehr gut. Meine Kunden können zufrieden sein. Die Regierung braucht frisches Blut. Ich bin der Urenkel von Frankenstein und ich bitte um Diskretion. Denn ich ich richte mein Labor schon langsam ein auf eine Menschenmassenproduktion. Auf eine Menschenmassenproduktion. Ja, nur von allerhöchster Stelle bekomme ich meine Aufträge. Meine Modelle sind krisenfest, arbeitsam, anspruchslos und natürlich Nichtraucher. Alles in allem fast vollkommene Geschöpfe. Fast! Und zum Frühjahr kommen die neuen Sommermodelle heraus. Und dann fröne ich hin und auch wieder mal meine alten Leidenschaft. Und dann bastle ich mir so von Fall zu Fall ein Geschöpf voller Schönheit und Kraft. Wenn sich Säure und Blitz im Kreislauf vereinen, überströmt mich ein heißes Gefühl. Und steht dann mein Liebling auf eigenen Beinen, bin ich nah am göttlichen Ziel. Dann bin ich der, von dem auch mein Enkel sagen wird: Er war ein Genie. Nun zu meinem Haustierchen, komm her, kleiner Liebling, komm zu Herrchen. Ist er nicht süß, dieser kleine Racker? Pussy, Pussy. Ich bin der Urenkel von Frankenstein. Mein Geschäft geht wirklich sehr gut. Meine Kunden können zufrieden sein. Die Regierung braucht frisches Blut. Ich bin der Urenkel von Frankenstein und ich bitte um Diskretion. Denn ich richte mein Labor schon langsam ein auf eine Menschenmassenproduktion. Auf eine Menschenmassenproduktion. Großpapa wäre stolz auf mich, denn ich vollende sein Lebenswerk. Nur bessere Mittel verwende ich. Gegen mich wäre er ein Frankensteinswerk, was sich früher mit mühsamer Kleinarbeit zum Endresultat verquickt. Braucht heute kaum die halbe Zeit. Uropa wäre entzückt. Die Leber, die Lunge, die Nieren und noch mehr baue ich mir aus Kunststoff und Kit. Dies alles verringert den Aufwand sehr. Ersatzteile liefere ich mit. So, meine Herrschaften, ich stelle Ihnen jetzt Jonas vor. Er ist in einer meiner Sternstunden entstanden. Jonas sagt den Herrschaften guten Tag. Ich bin der Urenkel von Frankenstein. Mein Geschäft geht wirklich sehr gut. Meine Kunden können zufrieden sein. Die Regierung braucht frisches Blut. Ich bin der Urenkel von Frankenstein. Ich bitte um Diskretion. Denn ich richte mein Labor schon langsam ein auf eine Menschenmassenproduktion. Auf eine Menschenmassenproduktion. Oh. Nanuchen, Nanuchen. Das darf aber nicht vorkommen. Jonas? Wo steckt denn bloß der Bengel? Jonas! Meine Batterie lässt nach. Jonas! Meine Batterie ist alle. Jonas! Ich habe keine Batterie mehr.
Hello Toronto, Mike. This is Mike from Toronto. The Halloween track I've picked is Children of the Night from Toronto legend Nash the Slash, the title track from Nash's second full-length album and sort of major label debut for Virgin Records imprint Dinidisc. Born James Jeffrey Pluman in Toronto in 1948, Nash the Slash defied categorization. Electronic, prog, punk, post-punk, metal, Nash the Slash was all of these and more. We lost Nash in 2014, but signs can still be seen of him around the city and, of course, every October 31st when the skeletons crawl from their graves.
Sings deep in your
Toronto Mike. Rock enthusiast Gilles LeBlanc here. Apologies for how my voice is sounding, although I do kind of like how it's raggedly reminiscent of Mark Lanigan. May the former Screaming Trees vocalist rest in peace. Mr. Lanigan also sings lead on a little something I especially like to play real loud around this time of year. Besides an eerie as hell intro, it features the most menacing guitar riff I've ever heard, not to mention heart attack pounding drums, courtesy of one Dave Grohl. If you haven't figured out It's a Song for the Dead by Queens of the Stone Age, you may want to check your pulse.
Mike, it's Mimico Joe. My favorite Halloween song comes from long before Will Smith's movie action and personal life drama. I've never seen a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but I understand the references in DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince's take Nightmare on My Street. This song is pretty classic Fresh Prince, bordering on poetry. The lyrics are short story with a beginning, middle, and an end, and they even managed to rhyme the words Fancy Nancy and Groovy Movie. Near the end, the sequence where Will calls Jeff, and Jeff is annoyed, and then Jeff is attacked by Freddy, is possibly proof that DJ Jazzy Jeff also could have been a Hollywood actor.
Now I have a story that I'd like to tell about this guy. You all know me as me scared as hell. He comes to me at night after I call into bed. He's burnt up like a weenie and his name is Fred. He wears the same hat and sweater every single day, and even if it's hot outside, he wears it anyway. He's home when I'm awake, but he shows up when I'm asleep. I can't believe that there's a nightmare on my street. If I remember it right, and we had just gotten back off tour last night. So the gang and I thought that it would be groovy if we summoned up the posse and dumb rush the movies. I got Angie, Jeff got Tina, Reddy Rock got some girl I've never seen in my life. That was alright though, cause the lady was chill. Then we dipped to the theater, set to ill, bugging, cold, having a ball. And something about Elm Street was the movie we saw. The way it started was decent, you know, nothing real fancy about this homeboy named Fred and this girl named Nancy. But word, when it was over, I said, yo, that was death. And everything seemed alright when we left. But when I got home and laid down to sleep, that began the nightmare on my street. soaked with sweat, and man, I was bugging. I checked the clock, it had stopped at 12:30. It had melted, it was so darn hot, and I was thirsty. I wanted something cool to quench my thirst. I thought to myself, yo, this heat is the worst. But when I got downstairs, I noticed something was wrong. I was home all alone, but the TV was on. I thought nothing of it as I grabbed the remote. I pushed the power button, and then I almost choked when I heard this awful voice coming from behind. It said, man, I ain't even wait to see who it was. Broke outside in my drawers and screamed so long, cuz got halfway up the block, I calmed down and stopped screaming, then thought, oh, I get it, I must be dreaming. I strolled back home with a grin on my grill. I figured since this is a dream, I might as well get ill. I walked in the house, the big bad Fresh Prince, but Freddy killed all that noise real quick. He grabbed me by my neck and said, here's what we'll do. We got a lot of work here, me and you. The souls of your friends, you and I will claim. You've got the body and I got the brain. I said, yo, Fred, I think you got me all wrong. I ain't partners with nobody with nails that long. Look, I'll be honest, man, this team won't work. The girls won't be on you, Fred, your face is all burned. Fred got mad and his head started steaming, but I thought, what the hell, I'm only dreaming. I said, please leave, Fred, so I can get some sleep. But give me a call, man, maybe we'll hang out next week. I pat him on the shoulder, said thanks for stopping by. Then I opened up the door and said, take care, guy. He got mad, drew back his arm, and slashed my shirt. I laughed at first and thought, hold up, that hurt. It wasn't a dream, man, this guy was for real. I said, Freddy, Hal, it's been an awful mistake here. No further words, and then I darted upstairs. Crashed through my door, then jumped on my bed. Pulled the covers up over my head. Said, oh, please do something with Fred. He jumped on my bed, but through the covers with his claws, tried to get me. But my alarm went off, and then silence. It was a whole new day, I thought. I wasn't scared of him anyway, until I noticed those rips in my sheets, and that was proof that there had been a nightmare on my street. Come on, Jeff, answer! Come on, man. wake up, Jeff, wake up.
What do you want?
Jeff, wake up, man. Listen to me, Jeff.
It's 3 o'clock
Jeff,
in the morning.
listen,
What
Jeff,
do you
would
want?
you listen to me? Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Jeff, listen to me. Don't go to
I'll
sleep,
talk to
Jeff.
you tomorrow.
Jeff,
I'm going
Jeff.
to bed.
Jeff, 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 listen to me, Jeff.
I'm your DJ now, Crazy.
Hello, this is Jarvis, and my song is Ghostbusters. I like this song because it's classic and everyone grew up with this song as a kid.
Something
strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
If it's something weird and it don't look good,
Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
I'm not afraid of no ghosts.
If you're seeing things running through your head, who can you call?
Ghostbusters!
An invisible man sleeping in your bed. Ow, who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
I ain't afraid
Afraid of no ghosts.
I ain't
Afraid of no ghosts.
Who you gonna call?
Call Ghostbusters!
If you're all alone, pick up the phone and call
Ghostbusters!
I ain't afraid of
No ghosts. I'm afraid of no
girls. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
If you've had a dose of a freaky ghost, baby, you better call. Let me tell you something. Bustin' makes me feel good. I ain't afraid of
No
no
ghosts.
I ain't afraid
Afraid
of
of no ghosts.
Don't get caught alone, oh no.
Ghostbusters!
When it comes through your door, unless you just want some more, I think you better call.
Ghostbusters!
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Think you better call.
Ghostbusters!
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Can't hear you. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
Louder.
Ghostbusters! Ghostbusters!
And that brings us to the end of our 1,345th show. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky. I'm at Toronto Mike. And much love to those who made this all possible. That's Great Lakes Brewery. That's Palma Pasta. Raymond James Canada. Moneris. Recycle My Electronics. Pumpkins After Dark. And Ridley Funeral Home. And you. Thanks for submitting your Halloween jams. Have a spooky Halloween. And I'll see you tomorrow when my special guest is Michael Philip Voyevoda.